10 minutes afterwards, Villefort reached his hotel, ordered horses to be ready in 2 hours, and asked to have his breakfast brought to him. He was about to begin his repast when the sound of the bell rang sharp and loud. The valet opened the door, and Villefort heard someone speak his name. "Who could know that I was here already?" said the young man. The valet entered. "Well," said Villefort, "what is it? Who rang? Who asked for me?" "A stranger who will not send in his name. What can he want with me?" "He wishes to speak with you." "To me?" "Yes." "Did he mention my name?" "Yes." "What sort of person is he?" "Why, sir, a man of about 50. "Short or tall?" "About your own height, sir." "Dark or fair?" "Dark, very dark, with black eyes, black hair, and black eyebrows." "And how dressed?" asked Villefort quickly. "In a blue frock coat, buttoned up close, decorated with the Legion of Honor." "It is he!" said Villefort, turning pale. "Ah, pardieu," said the individual whose description we have twice given, entering the door. "What a great deal of ceremony! Is it the custom in Marseille for sons to keep their fathers waiting in the anterooms?" "Father!" cried Villefort. "Then I was not deceived. I felt sure it must be you." "Well then, if you felt so sure," replied the newcomer, putting his cane in the corner and his hat on a chair, "allow me to say, my dear Gerard, that it was not very falant for you to keep me waiting at the door." "Leave us, Germain," said Villefort. The servant quitted the apartment with the evident signs of astonishment. Bum, bum, bum! We love when we do those. We love those moments. What a way to end the chapter. Oh my god, Noirtier himself has entered the chat. Okay, let's just talk for a quick second here. Just acknowledge Dumas kind of pulled a countdown of Monte Cristo on us by splitting chapter 10 and 11 at such an awkward point in the middle of a scene. I feel like I do that with every episode here. Why weren't these one chapter? I'm not sure. I'm sure it comes down to some sort of publication history, reasoning for, needing to put it into one volume versus another volume, needed to split it over 2 different magazines. Who knows? But what we didn't get in terms of a cliffhanger ending in chapter 10, we get double fold here. A character that has been talked about so much. His shadow looms over the story so far, particularly over Villefort's subplots. Noirtier, the Bonapartist agent, Villefort's father himself, has appeared. What could this possibly mean for Villefort? Is he just going to chastise him for, you were going to come to Paris and not see your old dad? Is that what's going on? In fact, I kind of love this line here that Noirtier throws at Villefort. Is it the custom in Marseille for sons to keep their fathers waiting in the anterooms? Like, calling out Villefort a little bit for how he's treating his poor old pop. But talk about another parallel to Dante. We're really doing the juxtaposition of these two characters in such an interesting way. We've got Daddy Dante being excited to see his son, and his son being excited to see his father, and all he wants to do is spend time with his dad. Here we got Villefort with his connection to his father kind of looming over him, never wanting to actually meet him, and there actually being a threat to Villefort, his life and career. Curious to see what happens in the next chapter, which will just start tomorrow, because this conversation has to continue, right? I mean, I guess I wouldn't put it against Dumas to, take us elsewhere for a bit. Maybe we'll go see Dante again. Maybe we'll see Danglars. Whatever happened to that guy? But maybe we'll go see another character and then come back to this dramatic entrance. I can also see it in the classic Hollywood style. This is the sort of entrance that an actor would a big superstar would love to have. I could see Laurence Olivier opening the door and the shadow kind of revealing his face as he steps in with his dark hair and dark eyebrows and a kind of contrary demeanor to his appearance. He seems kind of jovial, but he's painted out not only by the characters, but by Dumas himself to be this shadowy figure. And he comes in and he's like, "Oh, you little scamp, you've been making me wait out here in the anteroom." Or you know what? Maybe I'm just reading him wrong. Maybe I'm attributing characteristics to him that are completely antithetical to who he actually turns out to be. I guess we got to find out by continuing to read forward into Chapter 12. Well, I said I had a little bit of an announcement, and I emphasize little. It's an announcement, though, and I'm excited for it. So, I had mentioned previously at the beginning of Chapter 10 that a listener, a dedicated listener, a patron, thank you, sir, for contributing to the show, actually reached out and gave me a copy of an out-of-print Alexander Dumas biography. And I have started to read it. And I have started to make notations, just like the king was doing in his little, volume of Arras, so that I can start sharing biographical information about Dumas. That's not the announcement. The announcement is that you put out into the world, hey, world, I can't find any, authentic information on this guy outside of the Wikipedia page. Where do I go to get this? His biographies are out of print. I'll never get this. We have 4 years only to cover the life and works of Alexander Dumas, and I can't get access to it. You put that out in the world, and the world will embarrass you. It will say, ha-ha, I'm going to make you look like a fool on your own show, because not only did that listener supply us with a copy of a biography, I went to a bookstore the other day, the Frugal Muse here in Madison, Wisconsin. Shout out, not sponsored by them, but just a shout out to them. What do I see stashed away in fiction, deep in the corner of the store? The other Alexander Dumas biography that is out of print. So now we have 2 biographies of Alexander Dumas that we can go through for a wider range of perspective on this guy, and I can't wait to dive in. Now, I'm not going to rush it. There was part of me that was just like, okay, I've got all of the information. Let's just dive in and get real expert real quick. But you know what? We got 4 years to fill, and I think it's going to just take some time to ease it out. But I'm excited to do so, and hopefully we can find some more. All of that to say, if you want a life hack, start a podcast, make some bold claims about things you'll never get, and then the world will just provide them to you, and you'll be embarrassed. And so you know what? Let's try another one. Let's try a little example here to see if this world embarrassing you theory actually has any validity to it. It's going to be so hard, almost impossible, I think, to find the people that are out there willing to contribute to the show so that we can continue to make it ad-free and make sure that we can finish this thing over the course of 4 years. I just don't think that's going to happen, even if they contributed as little as $1 per month to patreon.com/gruntworkpod, where they would get bonus episodes like the story-only audio of each chapter and other fun bonus episodes like the reading of Hansel and Gretel, which is a crossover with our Movie Memory Machine podcast. I just don't think that, you know what, world? I just don't think that's going to happen. Do you? Do you think that's going to happen, world? Huh? Are you buying this? Does my voice get a little higher? Maybe you got to say it with sincerity, because I do actually think those things will happen at a certain point, and I love and appreciate each and every one of you who are listening, who can contribute in whatever way that you possibly can, whether it's financial, whether it's just liking, subscribing, rating, reviewing, telling other people about the show. I deeply appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we're doing this together. And let's just continue into Chapter 12 tomorrow. You can go and get chapters 1 through 11 over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Let's see what Chapter 12 has to bring us. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.